Okay, so now I'm ready to crumb coat. So just like I did for the filling layers, I am gonna start working between 9 and 12 o'clock. The crumb coat that we're doing is much thinner than the filling layers that we have done because we are putting 2 layers together. Just a little bit. So again, working between 9 and 12, so pushing and pulling this around. And so if I was going for a thickness of 1/4 of an inch for the filling, I am going to be trying to do something around 1/8 of an inch for my crumb coat. And it's totally acceptable to see the cake through the frosting at this point. What we're trying to do, our goal for the crumb coat, is to seal in the crumbs and to create a very smooth surface for our final coat. So now that I've gotten that around, holding here at 10 o'clock position and spinning that until that is nice and smooth. And you can see this slight overhang that I have created from the frosting. This is gonna help me in the end get very nice finished sharp corners. So it's best to try and create that if you can. So now I'm gonna be working at the 3 o'clock position. So I start here up at the top and then I'm gonna push against the cake and move my spatula down. And then again, just going forward and back, forward and back. My spatula is not touching the cake, again, because I could be picking up crumbs. Come at the top, press down, moving that around. And you can see now this overhang of frosting is starting to stick up. So that is exactly what we want to be creating. Make sure that your spatula is straight up and down. It's very easy to have it at a slight angle and then we end up getting this sort of bell-shaped cake. So you want to make sure that you are really holding that spatula vertical. It can feel a little odd as you build that muscle memory. Okay, so now that I have everything is smooth all the way around, I'm going to hold here at 3 o'clock just at a slight angle, so I'm catching this edge here, holding my spatula in one spot, and I'm spinning the turntable. A little bit thin up here, so just add a little back there. I was seeing a lot of cake showing through there, so I knew that would end up being a difficult spot to cover on my final coat, especially when we're working with a white frosting and a dark cake. Okay. So now I want to smooth over the top edge. So I'm gonna work here at about 6 o'clock and I'm holding the spatula again. So if this is a flat spatula, I'm doing just a slight angle so that that edge is catching that frosting and folding that over. And I'm just pulling that about 1/3 of the way in. You wanna make sure that you have a clean spatula every single time you make this pass. So I wipe it off on the bowl and then I run it through my hands just one time to grab anything extra there. If you have frosting that's left on your spatula, it'll actually just get deposited right here on the cake. Okay, and then I'm gonna go back one time and just get here on eye level and make sure that I don't have any frosting sticking up anywhere, because now my crumb coat is going to chill and I don't want to have hard frosting that then from my crumb coat that I would have a hard time compensating for on my final coat. So I'm also going to clean off my board. I don't want to have any crumb frosting or crumbs that I'm having to worry about too. So this is going to go in the refrigerator for either 30 minutes or in the freezer for 10 minutes.